out lunge, try not to go too wide, okay? If you go too wide when you go down, your back is gonna sway. So when you jump out, control that landing, nice and soft, little more than shoulder width apart, core is pulled in nice and tight, and then come back in. Today is stabilizing day, and we're using our core a ton. So think about your breath, think about pulling in that belly button the whole time, no matter what you're doing. So we've got that. This second move in there is a landmine side lunge with a switch press. So landmine is gonna be on one of your shoulders. Whichever side the landmine is on, that's the side you're gonna side lunge to. And when you come in, stagger your feet a little bit and then switch and press. So that when you press, opposite foot is forward, opposite foot as the arm that's pressing, okay? And then come back down, side lunge out, come back in, switch, press. Again, with this side lunge, I think we talked about it on Friday, try not to go too far, especially with it weighted. Even if you go too far and then add the weight to it, it's gonna pull you this way, and getting back to center, you're gonna push through that back too much. So step out, sit straight back, come back in. So those are the two moves. I think it's 10 to 12 on each side. So you're not alternating, you're doing one side and then switching. Then you come out here. This board I'm super excited about. You have how did she say this? It's basically a kettlebell swing with a 5-second hold at the top. And we're doing it this time with the bell up. So we're really working on the stabilizers through the side of our body, and again, it's mostly our core. So we're having this kettlebell swing back, and we're swinging up and stopping up top, keeping that kettlebell bottoms up. So here, you've got to be able to fully exhale, kind of pull that spine into neutral, squeeze those glutes, and stabilize this for 5 seconds. Okay, bring it down, swing, stop at the top, stabilize for 5 seconds again. Okay, you have, what is the board say? 6 on each side. So do all 6 on one side and then switch. The next move is a reverse plank with a kettlebell pullover. So we've done reverse planks. Okay, it's basically a bridge. We're just walking our feet out as far as we can until we're in as vertical and as planky as we can get, if that's a word. So we're here, we're driving through our heels, my toes are pointing to the ceiling, and I'm just gonna walk my feet out to the point where I can still feel stabilized with my hamstrings and glutes and not my lower back. And then I'm going to pull the kettlebell over as I inhale, and then as I exhale and pull everything in even more, I'm going overhead. So inhale, exhale, at the top, okay? Again, you're trying to walk your feet out to that nice flat reverse plank position and hold that while you go overhead. You have 45 seconds of that. The last move here is a dumbbell side plank snatch. We're staying on one side the whole time and then switching. We have 8 to 10 on each side. So, the prescribed way is in a high plank position. So you're gonna be in that high plank position, stabilizing, pushing through this shoulder really high, thinking of being lifted out of this armpit, so you're not sinking into it. Lift out of that armpit so that side is engaged, and you're going from ground all the way to overhead, trying not to move your hips with this. Bring that dumbbell close to your body as you come back down, and then again, okay? 8 to 10 on each side. I don't want, when I lift, for it to be through my hips, so I'm thrusting my hips forward. I want to find that neutral position, and I'm using my core to bring that dumbbell up. 8 to 10 on one side, switch. your wrists and shoulders start to really hurt, go ahead. You can do the same thing in low plank, okay? You're still gonna drive out of that armpit, but you're going to have a little less pressure on that wrist, obviously, and that shoulder. So pick which one feels good to you. Switch it up if you want to. Yeah, so that's that board. The last few moves, we're starting over here with a dive bomber push-up, an inchworm, dive bomber push-up with an inchworm broad jump, okay? So we're going to inchworm out to start. We're gonna do our dive bomber push-up. So with our dive bomber, our elbows are going to go out a little bit. We're not gonna be able to do a dive bomber completely like a tricep. So your arms, your elbows are gonna go out just a little bit, okay? Head goes down towards the ground, and then you push through, okay? And from here, you're gonna go back, okay? You're gonna inchworm back in, you're gonna jump forward, and from here, you're just gonna put your feet back into that dive bomber position. You're not inchworming twice, okay? Does that make sense? You inchworm in after your push-up, broad jump forward, and then just kick your feet back. So I'll do it one more time. So we're here, okay? You're gonna come out, you're in that dive bomber position, head goes down towards the ground as you come forward, okay? Then you go back into that pike, inchworm back, okay? Broad jump, and then start over by just kicking those feet back into that inchworm, or that dive bomber. Only 6 of these. Take them nice and slow, okay? Be careful with those shoulders. If you start to feel it, just don't go down as far in that dive bomber. Stop when you feel that tension on your shoulder. So you've got 6 of those on each side. This last move is a body hollow hold with a weighted bar press. And I really honestly don't know if I'm even gonna be able to demo this. So we're in that body hollow hold. We have to be so careful. This is a move that can put pressure on your abdominal wall and be unproductive if we're not careful. So you've got to make sure that you breathe in, okay, get that belly button towards that spine, go into that body hollow hold, and then you're gonna press this bar overhead, okay? So you're here, and you're pressing overhead. If you want, you can go farther out, okay, and press, but watch for that pressure on your abdomen. If you start to see a little bit of like a rounded shape in your core, or you feel that pressure in your lower back, drop those heels to the ground, okay, and you can do the same thing and activate that core just as much, heels on the ground, and then press this overhead. Okay, so listen to your body with this. You're going to inhale as you go up, exhale as you come down. So then you just have 1 to 2 field laps. That's it. Yeah.